Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pilots 101, the podcast where my co-host and I talk about pilots that we enjoy or not necessarily that we just pilots. Like we decide in the podcast whether we've enjoyed them or not. You know, sometimes I'm coming in here not knowing. Anyway, I've talked on too long. Okay. Hi, I'm Chris Q. I'm here with my lovely co-host.
Lisa T. Oh my gosh, you were so.
What's up?
I got caught up in listening to you, so I almost forgot that I needed to participate. It's
Yeah, right.
we're
Well,
we're both really relaxed.
the thing is that right, we're very relaxed. But you watch a lot more TV than I do. We should say get that out there. And so a lot of the times the
Yes.
shows it's like I'm watching them for the first time, which is kind of fun. Not obviously not like Living Single, come on. But like the other two were definitely new to me. But this week I brought one in. Slings and Arrows is one of my all-time favorite shows. It's Canadian. It's got a passport.
Fully see why.
You can fully see why. Yeah. So I had to rent on Prime. I know. Sorry, guys, but it was, I guess, Canadian. I don't know what they have up in Canada. I don't know, but it was on the Sundance Channel many years ago in the U.S. And for the longest time, it was just like available on the Netflix, but no more.
Yeah, I know.
For the longest time, I took that for granted.
I
didn't. I rewatched the whole show while it was available. 3 seasons. Yeah, it's 3 seasons. It's like an hour long, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, because it was like 45 minutes.
It's an hour long. It's a dark comedy.
Dark comedy. Yes. Yeah. Which is me.
Yes. Oh, this was so lovely. Because just as you were saying, you watched a lot of things for the first time, and I was so excited to get your feedback and see how you felt about the shows, if you were going to love the same things that I loved. And this was such a treat. I felt like it was so cute because Chris texted me. She's like, "Are you sure we want to watch this?" And I texted back, "It feels so intimate.
It's
to be
so intimate.
Watching your favorite show for the first time. I feel like I'm looking in your diary. It was.
I know.
Oh my gosh, knowing my little Chris Q theater nerd girl,
yes.
Just, I mean, she bleeds for theater.
I do. I really and truly do.
It was perfect because I don't have a theater background like that. Like I came up through sketch comedy mostly in college, and then post college, and then and improv and sketch and UCB. So that's my live experience, is either completely unrehearsed, making it up on the fly, or memorizing incredibly short scripts. So for me, we both have completely different muscles in that arena. But this show captures that backstage vibe.
Oh yeah.
The horrible feeling of something going terribly wrong, and like a bomb, but that camaraderie that you have of like feeling like you owned the night.
That's the magic.
I loved it, and I felt it all.
Oh my God, I'm so glad. I was nervous. It was like reading someone's diary, because it's, and then I started to backtrack. Like, I don't even know if it's funny. Like I started to panic. I just panicked. But yeah, it takes place. It follows a fictional like Shakespeare festival, like I think it's the New Burbage Festival.
Yes.
It reminds me of Ashland for anybody who's been up there. There's the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, which is a big thing here. So it's just like a little Shakespeare town where they put on, shows, a bunch of shows, and there's like it's just so theater. It's theater in a nutshell, and it's great.
It was wonderful. First of all, you have a young Rachel McAdams.
Yes, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, brand new Rachel McAdams.
And it's very...
She's so good.
She's so good. You can see what a star she's going to become.
Absolutely.
That's really fun. I didn't know. I love Mark McKinney.
Yeah.
Kids in the Hall, that was one of the first sketch comedy shows that I saw in college.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
To understanding how weird sketch could be.
Right.
And
Yeah, he wrote it. He created it with
Well,
Susan Coyne, who's
and
the
comedian Bob
admin.
Martin.
And
So, like the main characters of the show, those three, it's a
yes.
leading. I mean, I don't know. I just love that it was like a leading lady, a
Yeah.
charismatic but wild leading man, and
Yes.
this theater director who felt excluded, and so he ends up
Right.
selling out, and they're
Yes.
all still miserable and connected to each other. And
Oh, it's
everyone,
so good.
oh, I loved so much because I think that you and I look. I feel like there is that battle of, do you want street cred or would you like to sell out and make some
Oh yeah.
freaking money?
Yeah,
And so, like,
exactly.
because I recently had an experience like that where, like, I was the, the on the bottom, the absolute bottom rung of the ladder on a production in terms of writing. I'm a writing assistant, and then
Mhm.
someone finds out that you were on a UCB sketch house team, and suddenly,
Boop, boop,
you
boop,
realize that
boop,
all
boop.
those nights
Yeah.
that you just at the clubhouse performing and seeing these
Up and
crazy
up and up.
gems and feeling like this sort of like alternative, but you forget that people wish they could do that, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
you're like, oh, but oh, I can do that, but like no one's paying me for it, so it's like,
Right.
why am I working so hard at this?
I know, but that's the thing, right? Well, the other thing about it is that you would do it even if you weren't being paid. That's the problem with
That's
art.
that
Is the
it
commodification and or like
yes.
just doing it for the love, man. For the love,
Yeah.
which is where we're at. But anyway, yeah, it stars Paul Gross. He plays Jeffrey Tennant. He's the charismatic leading man. He's so good. He's so
Oh,
good. And then
great.
Stephen Ouimet, who plays Oliver Wells, and then Martha Burns, who plays Ellen Fanshawe. They're all just lovely.
All
And
three of them
just
just,
lovely.
yeah,
Yeah.
great.
And so it centers around a production of Hamlet, basically. And the fun thing is, like, the season kind of mirrors Hamlet too, just like with the ghosts and all that. It's fun. And there's 3 seasons, and they all pick a show. I think one is Mackers, which Macbeth. I'm not in the theater. I can. Okay, so Macbeth, and then the last one is Lear, King Lear. So it's really good. I highly recommend it. Yeah. So
Oh, you said
what
the
were your
last one is King Lear?
yeah, the last
Okay.
season 3, I think.
Season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's only 3 seasons if you're looking to crank something out. So,
Ooh, ooh. Oh, so
yeah,
sorry,
it's a
but I
good
cut you
show.
off. You were gonna ask me a question.
Oh yeah, so what were your highs and lows of this new
When
adventure?
I felt like when it opened with
Mhm.
this man plunging a toilet
In a crappy theater.
in
Yes.
a crappy thing I was in. And then when he runs on stage and proceeds to deliver this absolutely beautifully, executed monologue, complete with the lights and
Yes.
everything going and
Yes.
boom. And
Yes.
as a theater person who knows hitting those tech cues, everybody's in their light, things are moving, we're grooving. That feeling that you can't recreate.
Yep.
I was super, super into that. Oh, the moment that my biggest LOL of the night.
Yes, please.
Was when that creepy teacher with his
Yes.
turtleneck, he's out there with the stage, and she's like
The drama teacher.
the drama
Yeah.
teacher, and like at first Rachel McAdams' character was like really proud to show him the thing, and then he starts like overstaying his welcome, and she's showing him the theater, and he's looking around, and he's like,
Yeah.
and he goes, I think I could do it. I think I could act in this what was it, theater troupe. And she's
Yeah.
like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I hate teaching kids. I hate just to see. Like, I was nervous when they introduced him, that I was like, oh, we're gonna have a creepy guy just like creeping on her. But I really liked her character because you see how quickly she goes from being like, oh, this is the epitome of what I thought theater was, is in this man. And then he immediately disavows her of any illusion of him having any, like, she's already exceeded what he did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And you just see
Her high school
like,
drama teacher. Right.
Yeah. In one night, she does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
It's so real.
It's
so real.
When he's like, yay, I'm your mentor. I think I want to be in this thing.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's just it's so real. It's just so real. You know what that lesson is? Don't give up your dream, man. If you wanted to like act, and then like I'm not
It
saying
never
like don't
goes
teach,
away.
but like it doesn't go. It's not gonna doing something else is not gonna make it go away.
It's
So
an
like
addiction.
yeah, don't give that up. You know,
Well, I told
in
somebody,
whatever form that takes.
I think whenever you choose something that is more of a lifestyle than a career, for
Yeah.
example, this thing that we want to do, this is a
Yes.
lifestyle. My
This is a
brother-in-law
yes.
is in the military. That's a lifestyle. It's not
Yes.
a career. It's not a
Right.
job. Like you
You can't
don't
just put
check
it
in and
away.
check out.
Yeah.
No. So I think whenever you do that, you just have to be real honest with yourself because you're going to I fought this so hard. We fought doing
But
creative
I
stuff so
agree.
hard. But it's eventually you're gonna have
It
to come out of the creative closet is what I
haunts you.
call it. It does
It haunts you.
like the ghost that shall not be named.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Did I
Yes.
get bring it
My
thematically back?
bringing it back. My favorite moment, and I never noticed this before, is spoiler alert. And that's what the show is. So blah. Oh, I gotta let that
Exactly.
go. Like we keep saying that. Is when Oliver, the director, he gets killed at the end. And he gets hit by a truck, but the truck is this like semi. What are those called? Yeah, those large like semis.
Yeah, so it's
Anyway, the truck says Canada's best hams on
ham.
it, which I'm
Yes.
just like, yes, I never noticed that before. I don't know why. I was like, oh my god, I love that. He gets yes. He basically
He
just
gets
he
hammed.
gets it. Yeah, he gets hammed. He's Canada's best hams. It's my favorite part. I never saw
Oh,
that.
it
Oh
I
yeah.
love how such a dark ending, and
Oh yeah.
also you're like such a cliffhanger.
Yeah, you have to go back. It's so well written. It's so well
Yeah,
written.
it's funny because I haven't read many plays. I
Yeah.
did some script coverage at Cartoon Network of all places, and so I was reading all kinds of samples, and I read one
Yeah.
by a playwright, and she had won this award, and I was just like, okay, let's see, this format's so crazy. Ugh, how many pages is this? This is weird. 70.
Right.
What is that length? I
Yeah.
don't know. So
70? Come on.
so of all the plays that I have read or seen, and I especially this ladies, the slow burn of like slowly introducing you to these characters and making you think that things are going one direction, and
Yes.
then it goes like I that's something very unique to plays, and I kind of
Mm.
feel that vibe with the show because it didn't feel to me like a traditional pilot in that sense because
Yeah.
he's so much is unexplained,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like I don't know if
You're
I'm
right.
saying this right, but I feel like it has a different rhythm. Like
I
there's
think you're right.
a
It's
slow.
Canadian.
Yes,
There's a
because I mean
Canadian
they
rhythm.
introduce so many characters and so many relationships and so many
Yes.
scenarios, and I think you have to have the patience of a play audience member to just go, oh, you know what, I'm going to put a pin in that because that gun is coming back later. Like
Yeah, yeah, totally. Totally.
I think you can assume that if someone is watching this show, they understand and appreciate theater, so they're already going to be more likely to
Right.
get it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, totally. That's that's a great
Because
point.
it's such a slow burn,
I'm so excited. It is a slow burn. It's a slow burn of a show.
which I
But
love.
it's so good. It's like I think the first season's like 6 episodes or something like
Oh
it's
wow.
short. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I don't know. Things are different in Canada, I think. But also it's from like 2008 or 7
Oh, it says
yeah.
2003.
Oh, look at me lying. Yes. 2003. Yeah.
Wow.
But I will say that when stuff opens back up, when the world I'm going to take yo cute little butt over to the theater more. That's for sure.
Oh,
Remember when we did that thing? I'm sorry. Now it's getting personal.
now it's getting real personal. But when we went to see the all Asian American cast read of When Harry Met Sally,
It was great.
that felt
Oh my
like a
god.
play. Ugh.
So good. It was
Guys,
so good.
guys,
Anyway.
just know that it holds up as a script.
Yeah. when it's being read by an all Asian cast, like, and we're just all watching them read. It was the best. It was so fun.
That was so,
Fun.
awesome. Ugh.
Anyway, yes, I will take you to the theater more because, well, we need that. We need it. But you're right. It is a totally different, it's just a completely different experience. And it's interesting to translate that to TV. Like, can it be done? Like,
well,
yes.
It reminded me of Sports Night.
Yes.
The behind. I love a show with the behind the scenes energy and a front of house energy.
Yes.
I do 30 too. Rock, like, because you feel like you're in. I think a lot of times you're told as a writer, don't write shows like that are too inside, because they're like, oh, people are sick of seeing Hollywood, sick of seeing. But the truth is, celebrities are so famous because people are obsessed with Hollywood.
Yes. Yeah. And what
with wanting to know the real way that people are.
We want to know the mess. Behind the scenes? Yeah. We want to know the whole thing. We don't want to just see, because all we get is like just the well-lit, version of everything, but we want to see the 30 people who've touched that person's face.
Yes. It makes us feel less bad about ourselves if we know how much work it takes to look like that.
I agree. Yes. Yeah. I haven't watched what's Reese's Reese. Look at me, just like casually. Miss Witherspoon, excuse me. God. What's the Apple TV show? Morning Show. I haven't seen that yet, but I imagine that's probably like that.
I haven't seen that yet. We should tackle that.
I guess we just decided what our next episode's gonna be. Oh my, look at this. Look at this content writing itself.
Guys,
hello.
You are literally, speaking of a behind the scenes peek. Wow. This exclusive. This is how we pick our shows.
This is exclusive. This is like for when we get there. This is for Patreon only stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's happening. You're seeing our thought process, which is pretty sloppy.
Patreon. Patron of the arts.
Patron. Yeah, no, we didn't even talk. I'm like, have we talked about the show? It's great. Just watch it because
it's fantastic.
It's got a full cast of characters. I feel like you need to. It's short enough. Just get in there.
Yeah.
It's done. Plus, I know this is not popular, but I like when I'm like, oh wait, it's done. Okay, great. So how many? And then I can map out, like, is it 5 seasons? Is it 6 seasons? Like, I kind of wait till it, till it becomes enjoyable. I'm making all these hand gestures.
She's just gesturing with it's a nice meaty gesture.
Container. It's a container. I'm making it. It's contained. Like, if I know what I'm getting into here, 5 seasons of something, 3 seasons of something. Blah, blah,
I know
blah.
what you mean, because I feel like people like you and me, who we will invest in a quirky show that doesn't have a big audience, and then get our hearts broken when it gets canceled because no one's investing in these stories. So I think that's what it is. I think we're that type of television viewer where it's like, I need to know that this thing stood a fighting chance.
I need to know where it's going. Yes, you're right. Where are we going with our relationship?
Hey, what are we doing here? If you're not into marriage,
I want this to be defined. Define us. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for hanging out with us and our definitions of relationships with TV. We appreciate that. Come find us on our socials. I'm on IG at Chris Q.
And I am on everything at Timmons Lisa, and you can find us on Pilots. Our handle for anything is going to be Pilots 101 Podcast, because we're all about that clean branding.
Oh, so streamlined. So streamlined. Yes. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
Bye.